Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my MX5. It seems to have changed colour. I'm sure I introduced this as a silver car. It's now a black car. The silver car has gone down a slightly different path, but we'll be seeing it again soon because that is coming back for a front brake, big brake upgrade. This one, however, is just going to have some work done on it, so it's ready to take my son on his first track day. So I've already done a few things on it, but I didn't really bother to show you how to change front and rear brakes on one of these, because I'm sure there's a myriad of videos out there as how to do that. But what I do want to show you how to do is how to do a front seat lowering job on an MX5. I thought that as soon as I got in this car and started driving it a little bit, that I felt as though I was sitting on it rather than in it. So I want to do a job to lower the seat, and I'm sure it's probably not very much out there on the internet, and I thought it might be useful for people to know how easy a job this is to do. So let me just get up, grab the camera off the tripod, show you to start with how easy it is to get the seat out, and then we'll start taking apart the seat, and I will show you how easy it is, well, in relative terms, or I'll show you how to lower the seat in a Mark II MX5. Right, welcome to the inside of the MX5. Oh God, focus on that. Right, so where we need to concentrate on, right, let's just move the seat back as far as it goes. Right, it's all the way back. Right, one bolt here. Oh, I'm getting in the way of the light. Come on, focus. One bolt over this side at the front. There we go. Let's move the seat forwards. This is all difficult. I don't know how all these YouTubers do this one-handed so easily. Let me put the camera down. Right, and here's the back of the seat. So push the seats forwards, and again you can see two bolts down here. So let me just hold the camera. One there and one there. So they are all 14mm bolts. If you take those out, you can easily lift the front seat out. So let me get that done, get it on the bench, set up the tripod, and then we'll get taking the seat apart. Right, so that's the seat out. Right, let's try and go through what you need to do. I did forget to mention that there is, dependent on car, there is an electrical socket underneath. This is on this specific one for the heated seat, and the sensor for the seatbelt stalk to show whether or not you've got your seat plugged in. So simple to undo when you're underneath the car. Now, to get the seat apart is actually reasonably simple. There is 4 bolts on the base of the runners. 1, 2, and then the ones at the top, you need to adjust the runners back down, and they're underneath here and here. So undo those, all 14mm, really simple. Lift off that. Don't disconnect anything, you don't need to. Just lift it off carefully, put it all to one side. Really, really simple process to do. And that will get the seat runners off. So let's do that first. Not 14mm, try 12mm. Oh, and I forgot 2 bolts that hold on the seat belt on this side. Seat rails done. So that's nice and simple. So let's pack away these bolts to one side. Now, to split the base from the back, because the base is what we want to deal with here, we need to. It's quite simple. There is two 14mm bolts underneath this cover on this side. Look here, under this cover on this side. To get at those, we need to get underneath here. This is a little bit fiddly. You have to hold the lever up to adjust the back of the seat, and there's one Phillips screw under here. Drop the screw rather helpfully. That'll pop out. It's just not going to be able to see this. Under here there is two 14mm bolts. There's one. This one just as fiddly to get at. Those two, Phillips screw, and the last thing is on the other side. So it's a small 8mm bolt, and this is basically the hinge point on this side. Take that out, and basically the base of the seat then slides apart. So it's as easy as that. If you've got heated seats, there is a cable that joins the two of them together. Unclip that. We've got the base off. Put the back to one side. So that's the back to one side over there. This is the base. Now we can actually talk about the back another day maybe, so if people want to put in the comments, if they want me to show you how to do a foamectomy for tall drivers, as well as lowering the seat base just to make you feel as though you're sitting in the car, it also makes it hugely more sculptured. It's way more involved, but I can talk people through it, so stick it in the comments below if anybody's interested. And I can talk through how to do it on this car. I won't do it on this car, but I'll show you how to do it. I've already done it on another one, so I do know how to do it. Unfortunately, I didn't video that. It would have been bright to have done. So, now to deal with the base. You've got, now let's see whether we can, you've got what are called hog rings. These are metal clips which hold the cover onto the seat. They go all the way around there, and then you need to take those off, unclip those, and then we can take this cover off, and once we've taken the cover off I can show you what we need to do. Oh yeah, tools you need for this job: side cutters, pin nose pliers. These are what you need to get one of these covers off with the hog rings. Right, now once you've got that undone, you need to try and carefully remove the plug sockets off here for the heated seats and everything. So let's just move that. Oh, missed one. Nothing to do is to remove the pivot and remove the plastic cover. Now, from here, so that everything is loose. So what we've got to do is remove the metal frame from under here. So, it in and pull it out. So that's how to remove the metal frame from the seat swab and the foam and the leather. Really, really simple. It's just fiddly. I probably made that look really, really easy, taking off all those hog rings. But I used to rebuild seats years ago, so I probably made it look really easy. So once we've got that off, we really need to look at what we want to do. And you can see there's a bulge here in the seat. And this is full of foam, which is the under padding out of the seat. Now, I have to tell you this early. I've already done the foamectomy on this seat. Just give me a second. Let's go and get all the bits I've already cut off. This bit. So this bit goes there, so you have to imagine that that's the piece that goes into the pan of the seat, and you literally, with a big knife, big kitchen knife, nice serrated kitchen knife, cut that off the base. It's literally as simple as that, and it's a foamectomy. So you're removing the piece of foam off the bottom of the swab. That allows you to basically sit down that much further down into the seat. So, I mean, what's that? That's an inch thick. So you take an inch off the height of the seat where you're sitting in it, so you sit further down into the car by an inch. It works brilliantly well. It's such an easy modification if you want to sit lower. Now, there's one drawback I've found of doing a foamectomy like this and taking that down. When you then sit in the seat, and I think it's here on the standard seat as well, that the front of the seat swab here actually causes you a problem on the backs of your thighs, pushing them up into the steering wheel, and pushes your legs too near to the steering wheel and makes it awkward to drive. And because you don't have any adjustment in the steering column, so what I'm also going to do is I'm going to strip back the top of this seat all the way back. I'm going to take a section of foam out to the front of here as well. So I'll actually show you that process, and that's to lower the front of your thighs down. So again, I'll probably speed a bit of this up, try and make it a little bit better to watch. And what you'll find when you peel this back is 3 hog rings on either side, going through the seat and into the framework of the seat. I'll try and show you this on the camera. It's not easy. Right. I don't know whether you can see that, but there's basically 3 hog rings, and you need to unclip those. They're very fiddly to get at. But get those off on either side, and you can peel back the front section of the seat. Right, so there you go. Now this, if you've got it, is the heated seat element. We're going to have to peel that back a little bit. Now you can see I've left the hog rings in. Trust me, it's much easier if you leave the hog rings in to connect it all back up again. So let's just carefully peel back the front of the element from the heated seat. Tuck that in back there. And now what we want to do is we want to cut basically a slice out to the front of the seat, all the way down to about here, and we are going to add some of the foam back in round here to take up some of the bag. So let's get my trusty carving knife. If you have access to one, heated foam cutter can be really, really helpful at this. A heated wire. I might actually break mine out because this isn't as easy, especially to get going with the knife. There you go, that's the front section of the seat. You can see the kind of amount I've taken out and the amount of distance backwards. And this will help smooth that front transition onto the front of the seat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a section of this and I'm actually going to replace it into the front of the seat here. Probably around that way, so that will increase the length of the bolster slightly underneath and take up some of the bag from the front of the seat. I'm also going to tidy up this transition here a little bit. I'm going to roll around this a little bit more, and what I'm going to do to do that is I'm going to use my hot wire. So this is basically a heated wire, and this will just hopefully melt through this and make the transition a little bit nicer on all of the saw marks in the seat. So let me get that set up and get that done. Right, once you've done all of the sculpting that you want to do, reconnect the hog rings that you've disconnected. Don't forget to flap your heated seat element back down again. Get your hog rings back in, and then start putting the seat back together. Right, that's the hog rings back on, and I need to see how much foam we need to add to the front of the seat. So Get all of this tucked back in again. You see where it's just taken the lumps out of here, so you've got two spaces that are just nice to get your legs in. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small section of this, I think I'll start at the front where I've added in that extra foam to get it nice and taut here, and then that will pull it all that way as I put it in. Big pair of pliers like this also come in helpful as well. So tightening these down. Right, so all done, all finished. So we've now got a much lower point here, and you're going to sit much lower in here. So this will really help, I hope. We've increased the size here to take up some of the bag. Otherwise, you can imagine that this front section would have been quite baggy. So I'm hoping that I don't need to take it apart and take this further back here. I'm hoping that just this point here will be enough to make that work. So leaving a slight bulge in the middle, more heavy cuts here, a little bit of foam extension in the front, should make it a winner. Right, let's put the back of the seat back on again, put everything else back together again, put it in the car, and then I'll try it. Right, so that's all the seat frames and everything else bolted back on again. I probably should have moved the camera, had it behind me. I really only just thought about that, so all I can do is apologise or turn the seat round. Basically, when you put the runners back in again, either... Right, so my camera stopped recording for some reason, no idea why. Seat frames are back in again, runners are back on, everything's back together again. Just one point of note, when you go to put the runners back in, set them either to right to the front or right to the back. So you either put the front bolts in or the rear bolts in. The frames, the runners really can't go in the wrong place. You just have to have them either at the front or at the back. It's really simple. I'm going to bolt the seat back in the car again and try it out and see what we've got, but I think this is looking really successful. Right then, well that's the seat back in again. Right, let's just give you an example of what the passenger seat looks like. So you can see that that's quite bulbous at the front. Now, we'll look at what we've done here. Now, here you really can't see any difference till you sit in the seat. Now here you can see where I've sculpted the 2 points for your thighs to go into, and where I've added the extra down in the front here. So you can just see the divots. I must say though, it makes it so much more of a comfortable driving position. Now, I think you could probably get away with taking back even further back here, because that's basically where I've cut it to. Now I think actually you could have gone all the way back here, and I still might yet take this seat out again, and take that section out there. But I'm going to go and try it out on the road first and see what it's really like. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Very pleased. Right, well, let's see whether I can get some better lighting. Right, okay. So, thank you very much for watching, if you've bothered to watch all the way to the end of this, because I suspect this is going to have been rather a long video. What I would like you to do though is like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing more MX5 content, as well as the Scirocco, so I'm very sorry that we haven't had any Scirocco content for a couple of weeks, but work has been getting in the way of fun, unfortunately, which I know can be the same for a lot of people. So I need to get back to trying to find some time to do some fun car stuff, and a little bit less working time. But let's see whether we can do it, because I still want to get the engine out on the Scirocco, and I want to get this, get some more work done on the MX5. So please like, please subscribe, help me get to 100 subscribers. I'm nearly there. Thanks very much. Bye bye.